Artists, directors, my fellow thespians, I am honored to be here tonight to report on the state of the nation's theater address. In the United States of America, theater has evolved to become more than just a source of entertainment, but an outlet for understanding. An understanding of human beings and elements within people's lives and society that aren't normally questioned or talked about. This wasn't always what theater was like in America, however. Theater continues to evolve today. However, a very significant portion of this evolution happened in the 17, 18, and 1900s, dating all the way back to 1716 when the first American theater was built. Theater was used strictly as a source of entertainment for people. Its purpose was to provide comedy and surprise for the audience. From there, moving into the 1800s, theater evolved into something that was seeking to entertain in a different way, by using racial stereotypes, cultural differences, and sexist entertainment. Ethnic theater, melodramas, minstrel shows, and burlesque entertainment became the popular outlet. Looking back now, we understand the trouble with some of these forms of theater, and we have evolved into something better because of it. These shows were key to moving forward into the type of theater we are most familiar with today. By the 1900s, a playwright by the name of Eugene O'Neill emerged and started to pave a way for meaningful drama. He wrote about his own personal experiences and showed audiences the power that theater can create. From O'Neill came about many of the playwrights and theater groups we know best that have had great influences on American theater. Playwrights such as Tennessee Williams, David Mamet, and Tony Kushner, who brought themes such as mental illness, harassment, sexual orientation, and other forms of oppression to attention of audiences that gave them something to relate to within their own lives. It is where theater groups such as the Living Theater, founded in 1946, that came about and forced us to look at the American society in hopes of invoking social change. All of these influences had a tremendous impact on theater that we know today. In America today, we are a lot more technologically advanced, and this is used a lot in more performances and in adaptations to create a sense of reality or impact on the audience. Theater is moving towards more avant-garde styles. We see shows being placed in more found places and intimate spaces, such as a black box theater, a thrust, or a round staging that accommodates a lower number of audience members to increase that intimacy. Having these more intimate spaces helps the audience become more immersed in the performance they are watching, and it allows them to create meaning and understanding in the stories that are being shared. Theater that strives to create discussion and social change is something that is being used more often as well. Theater makers and artists in general a lot of the time like to create art that means something and inspires their audiences. And people, on the other hand, like to be inspired. The unfortunate part about theater today is the activity of going to the theater isn't as popular today as it was in the 17 and 1800s. Because of all the technological advances in America today, it's easier for people to do other activities instead of going to the theater and trying to sit through an entire performance. This is forcing theater to keep evolving and looking for ways to become more and more interesting. The direction theater is moving today is towards more physical theater, devised pieces, and continuing to find ways to use this technology in more unique and fresh ways. By doing this, hopefully, we can reach a wider variety of audiences that find themselves being immersed in the power that storytelling and connecting with other humans can bring. It is because of all of you gathered here today, and all of those before us, that American theater has prospered and continues to evolve. Thank you all so much for coming and listening to me today. I leave you with this last thought, a quote from Oscar Wilde. I regard the theater as the greatest of all art forms, the most immediate way in which a human being can share with another the sense of what it is to be a human being. Thank you.